Hello and welcome to this video. Today on the agenda is how word clock, Dante Clock and the DWX-Series rack mount receiver from Sony's DWX-Series work together. I got in the last 6 months some requests from customers which use Dante, word clock and AES outputs at the same time. And some of them had some glitches on the audio side and we didn't know where it's come from. Later we found out it's the clock cable, but in the first moment we discuss maybe it's coming from the two clock systems which in the receiver fight to each other and make some problems here. As you might know, Dante has a very precisely word clock and the receiver has an internal clock, and then you can use word clock and whatever you feed in over word clock will be the bit rate and the sample rate on the AES outputs of the receiver. I asked my colleagues from Japan about this and here is the answer I got. The signal starts with the modulation of the signal inside the transmitter, which generates also then some metadata and a clock, and this is then transmitted over the air to the receiver, comes into the receiver, will be demodulated, and then it goes into the codec, and the codec split the signal in the 3 parts: metadata, audio stream and the clock signal. And these signals is fed into 2 independent sample rate converters. This is the important point here. Sample rate converter number 1 is generating the AES signal, and then with the DA converters the analog signal. And this can be locked on a clock from internally, or if you have some word clock, and then this sample rate converter is locked on the clock from an external source. The second sample rate converter here is then the sample converter which feeds the signal into the Dante chip. Dante has a very precisely clock system inside their signal, and then the sample rate converter here is locked onto the clock from the Dante stream. In summary, 2 different clock areas which are fed by 2 different sample rate converters, and they are working independent from each other. So there is no influence, there is no fight that this clock comes together and do some mismatch in the timing overall in the receiver. So both digital outputs, Dante and AES, have their own sample converter working independent from each other. Of course, if you use the AES signal and the Dante signal into your mixing desk and you listen to both, you can have a small latency between, because both systems add some latency which are different. And that's all what I have for you today. If you like the videos, thumbs up. If you don't like the video, thumbs down. That's okay. Write me in the comment field what I can do better, or if you have any questions about Sony radio mics and professional audio products. And like the video, please consider to subscribe to the channel. That will help to grow the channel. And we see us next time. Ciao.